the Topiary Social Club, and welcome to this board meeting. Today, Friday, the 15th of September 2023, we are being hosted by W139, the Contemporary Art Space, for our third board meeting. So this meeting will be transmitted through Facebook Live, as you see, and because our members are all around the world. Hello. You can join if you want. Um, so our meeting is about to start, and today we have some special guests from the club. So the first guest is John, that is from Folkestone in the UK. He's a documentalist, passionate about history and documentary films. Second one is Chris, currently in Paraguay.
Second,
Hello.
don't mute yourself. Mute. Second,
Nice. Our friend from Paraguay is still connecting. And our friend Chris from Paraguay, he fell in love virtually with Maria, and for 5 years they kept a virtual relationship. And now, finally, he went to Paraguay to see her. The third invitee for this meeting is from Chile, currently in Tallinn in Estonia. She is an illustrator, she's a collaborator for the club, and actually she made the poster of our meeting. And last but not least, Paulina, current director of our club, freshly graduated from Sandberg Institute, and now here with us, she's going to start the board meeting.
Hi.
Paulina.
Hi, everybody. Lots has happened since we last met. With some, we met in the beach, the summer venue that we had in Sunny Sands in Folkestone, and with others in the great interior with the Seas Club. And in other also venues that we have had so far. And we are very grateful that you can meet us today and join to this meeting. In this current meeting, you can find the members of the Topiary Social Club, the Topiary Balls, some old members, some new ones, and other curious that I really don't know. For these members and non-members, this is your first time in a social club? Let me see in the team. Okay. So, in the first meeting, we review our club fundamentals and clear out some doubts. Apparently, the club was raising lots of questioning and confusion among our club members who were questioning our Topiary Ball affiliates. But we gladly move on from that episode in the second meeting. In that one, members and non-members were very, very intrigued about the club's expansion, and we're raising also some proposals for the club to keep growing. And that's what I want to bring today as the current director. With the Topiary Balls, John over there. John can say hi.
Hi.
Yes, we hear you clearly. And Easy, that it's not hearing at the moment, so maybe will not be able to join from where she is. But with John, we will be leading this meeting today, and we will help you navigate one more time the different points in our meeting agenda. the elements that from the time we will not fit this meeting, in a future meeting we could discuss it, okay? So first, maybe John, you can tell us, where are you?
I am a human being, and I guess I'm a filmmaker. So yeah, I do a lot of like camera work and different things, and just been out this morning testing a lens, and yeah, hoping to do more films in the future, I guess.
Thank you for
Is that
joining. Thank you for joining today. So thank you in advance for assisting at this meeting and being part of the board meeting. Team will distribute you some signers for you to participate. You will distribute them.
Yeah, they are having the different voting rules, and with these voting rules, you can interact with the topics that we're going to vote for our social club.
You will have to tell us how the votes are because I cannot see you in the moment in Facebook. Okay?
Yeah, so when you want to say yes for a decision of the social club, you can put your arms like this. When you want to say no, you put your arms like this. And when you want to have an abstention about an important decision, you can put your hands like this. And everyone can vote, members and non-members of the Topiary Social Club. And I will be telling you when to vote and what is the decision that we're taking. That's it.
Perfect. Thank you very much. So first in our meeting is name in our agenda, no? And we have been covering this for 2 past meetings, so this one I will be fast. Maybe after one, some current members can explain you a bit about our history, but this time we really need to cover some other topics, okay? But maybe John, you remember something about the origin of the club that you can share?
Yeah, I guess I remember it was about a year ago now, maybe a bit more than a year ago, and I just done a documentary actually of the fishing museum in Folkestone. So I was interviewing a lot of retired fishermen and different things, and I put the video out on YouTube, and then out of the blue, I got an email from Paulina, and I think I might be describing it right, but Paulina must have watched the documentary and looked at the fishing museum and thought that I'm guessing it might have potentially inspired her because it's almost like a club of fishermen, to make a club based on that, I guess. And then when she came to Folkestone, it was there was a lot of clubs. From what Paulina said, there was a lot of like social clubs in Folkestone, which don't normally exist in Chile. So I've been led to believe, and Paulina was quite intrigued by the by the English culture of having social clubs, and decided that she wanted to make her own, and basically united a lot of clubs together that wouldn't normally be together, and brought them together. So she brought together the people from, for example, the fishing museum to the to other social clubs in Folkestone.
Yeah, we want to ask you. We were wanting to invite you, John, today because we have a really difficult task, and also to all of you that joined in the meeting. It's about the third point in our agenda that has to do with membership. Yeah. Still is a confusing procedure on how membership happens in our club. Because now we have started to have some members, some human members, besides the Topiary Balls. And I want to remind you that the Topiary Balls didn't ask to become members. They are just members because they are like others can be members because they are born in certain places, simply because they are. So in that sense, just by coming to this meeting all, you are a member. Congratulations. So, 2 seconds. But we have a problem because in the last meeting, there was a member that wanted to expand the club to London and bring a branch of the club there. And this has been really confusing offer, and we don't know really what to do with the expansion of the club, because we like the idea of spreading around, but we also think it can quickly develop into an imperialistic desire. So we ask you in this meeting, with your current participation that Dean explained, to help us.
So, if I understood well, the club needs to expand to other places of the world because there's Topiary Balls all around the world. And the decision that we need to make, it's about the expansion. So this is the first topic of our meeting.
Perfect. So one question for you is one that already John mentioned a bit, is that one Topiary Ball member is now part of Folkestone Fishermen Museum. This member is stayed there, no? One of these balls that you see in the room, these Topiary Balls, stayed in the Fisherman Museum. So I want to ask you if you agree with that. Tim, help me with the voting.
So that means that there's one Topiary Ball in Folkestone in the UK, and we need to decide if this Topiary Ball is part of the Topiary Social Club or is already part of this Topiary Social Club. Like, there's one of these the Topiary Balls that is in Folkestone in the UK. It's a small village, and in this village there's a museum that is called the Fisherman Museum. And Paulina apparently met someone there, and they asked them to make one Topiary Ball that stays in the museum. And we think that the Topiary Balls and the Topiary Social Club, we're not sure if it should expand or not. And now the Topiary Ball made there in Folkestone stayed in the Fisherman Museum. And we need to decide if it's going to stay there. We're going to integrate this Topiary Ball into our social club or not. It is right, Paulina?
It's perfect. It's perfect. So what's the vote?
So can you tell us a little bit more about what is about this Fisherman Museum?
Maybe John can help in that.
So, yeah, the Fisher Museum in Folkestone's a museum that's basically run by ex or retired fishermen that want to show the public their experiences from when they was at sea, and it's all free. It's all completely free, and they accept donations, and people are welcome to come in and have a look at all the artifacts and photos and history of Folkestone, which began its life as a fishing community.
Is that enough information for the room?
I've sort of lost signal with the live stream.
I hear you.
I can't see the live stream anymore.
Okay. But I think they hear us.
Okay.
Then I will tell you.
Did you understand? Okay, we understood that there's a fisherman museum where there's a community of fishermen, and then that John lost the connection.
Yes. What's the voting?
What did you say? So now we need to vote. So I don't know. What do you say? I don't know if the Topiary Social Ball should stay. Should we vote? Okay.
Yeah. Or I can
Okay.
tell you.
So we have 8 votes as a yes and 1 abstention. Yeah.
So we stay in the Topiary in the Folkestone Museum.
So
Thank you.
that means that the Topiary Ball stays in the Fisherman Museum in Folkestone.
Thank you. Thank you for that voting. I will pass on to the second point in discussion. In Guatemala City, there are wondering of having a club branch there as well. The Topiary Social Club was invited to participate in the context of Bienal in Resistance, and they want the club there. The problem is that they don't want to call it the Topiary Social Club because for them, social club is an elitist thing, but they are still curious and intrigued by the club, and they want it there. They want a space to discuss with politicians from the opposition of the government, and they already proposed an exclusive rule that is not accept any affiliate of the government. So this is a tricky situation for the club, and I was wondering if you could help us in this. Who supports the idea of spreading the club to Guatemala?
Okay, we're going to ask to our ears of the Topiary Balls to make us understand what you said. So give us a minute. What did they say?
What?
Okay, as far as I know, like in my documents, there's a Biennale of resistance in Guatemala, and one of the Topiary Balls is there, or is being sent there to be part of the Biennale of Art, and we don't know by politics reasons if it needs to stay there or not, because maybe what Paulina said is that we don't know who is financing this biennale, who is talking, what political party we are supporting by being there. So the decision that we have to make is if the Topiary Ball should be sent to Guatemala to expand our club or not. But taking in account that we have already one Topiary Ball in the UK in Folkestone because we voted yes, and the other one will be in Guatemala. So that means Latin America. Should we vote? We can ask things. Yes. Here they ask me how many Topiary balls still left to go somewhere else in the world. Maybe Paulina can answer.
We are currently expanding, so the topiary balls are really accessible. So we can also create more, and we can just spread all over. There is no limit, but also there is limit of time to produce them. But still, we can dream with many. We are so far we are like 20, but we could be more if you have ideas also how to. But it's not a limit so far, the number.
Okay, so we don't have a limited numbers of topiary balls. As you see here, there's a lot, and we can still make more. So, another question? Or we can vote? Okay, let's start the vote. Who is to expand the Topiary Social Club to Guatemala? Who is for the no? Who abstention? Okay, so we have. Please be clear with your vote. Okay, 1, 2, 3, yes. 1, wait. 1 no. And 1, 2, 3, 4 abstentions. That means that we have 4 abstentions, 3 yes, and 1 no. What we should do in these cases?
I think we have to ask John as well. I don't know what is John's opinion about this.
Exactly.
Yeah, I say expands. What could go wrong?
Okay. So that means
okay, there is
we
another
have 4
vote
yes
then.
and 4 abstentions.
And the people who make an abstention, does anyone to explain why?
Good question.
I would maybe first try to find out more, and if there's a way to find out who's behind that and how you can make the most out of it for yourself without being so unsure about these other things. That would help to make the decision for yes or no.
Nice.
Yeah,
Another person that wants to express it? Okay, so that means that maybe we should postpone it for the next meeting when we have more research.
It's a hard topic, and also because it seduces the possibility that somebody else can run the club as they want, no? And maybe then we figure out what precautions we have to take. But I don't know. The next, for example, thing to vote is that Espacio Estamos Bien, a cultural initiative by 2 artists based in the Netherlands, participated in the last meeting, and in a daring way, in a really bold way, they ask what would happen if they led a Topiary Social Club meeting without the director, because it's a club that can be appropriated as the balls, no, can be appropriated anywhere, no? And for us, can be a nice suggestion. But wanted to ask you, if you will support this idea.
Okay, so that means that Espacio Estamos Bien, it's this cultural institution in Amsterdam that wants to have topiary balls without the director. That means Paulina, that is talking now, being the director, should not be present in the Topiary Social Club, but there will be still a Topiary Social Club. We need to vote if we are up to for an organization without a director or a lead organization by Paulina, the director. So, are we for an organization about our Topiary Social Club with a director, or there's a possibility without a director? So, if I summarize the question, are we up to Espacio Estamos Bien to have topiary balls? Okay, hard decision. Let me count. There's one yes, one no, and 7 abstentions.
We need to
That means
understand.
that-
We need to understand that.
What?
We need an explanation of the abstentions.
Maybe some people that gave the abstention vote can explain why? Wait. You need to talk to Paulina.
Hello, Paulina. I don't know. I thought that we maybe want the club to expand, but with Paulina, so this was the difficulty of the decision.
Nice. So we want you, Paulina. But why you didn't vote a no?
I think it's also about maybe trying to find other ways of dialogue and maybe find other, lateral ways of dialogue maybe. And so it is both that there is a possibility of this. At the same time, maybe not. So it's with this echo is like, weird.
Okay, so people doesn't know really if yes or if no. I think that they are scared about anarchists Topiary Social Club. Maybe they need your authority, Paulina. But well, we can pass to the next topic.
Okay. So unless John, you have an opinion?
I'm not really sure what you mean. So what? Could you explain what you mean?
If there could be activities from the Topiary Social Club run in other places without the presence of the director.
Okay, so you mean like in Guatemala, for example,
Yes.
somebody there could just do random things without asking you.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'd have to think about that. I'm not really sure.
Okay. So we also postpone it for the next meeting. We have been postponing lots of topics, huh? But thank you. Thank you for the support. Next in our meeting we have to be more fast now, but we have the register just as a reminder. In our club we don't keep attendance records, no registration. It's against our policy. We risk with this that members can identify and reach each other, but also we want to avoid feelings of superiority, of using the membership pass to enter some places, or the club leader, at this moment me, bragging about you and using your names to at my convenience, Later in our meeting, we have the activities. I will go fast. Is that our main activities are bingo and encounters to talk about social clubs. But we are still open for new topics or new activities being proposed by the members. Venue, we will not talk about that. Fees, if this is a really hard topic, yeah, but it's with the expansion, it becomes a relevant problem, no? But I will also skip it for next time. But the executive one, today 18 in the room, join as co-director. Nobody voted for this. It just happened. But now that we have you, we want to open it for a voting possibility. How do you feel with this co-direction of the club?
About John becoming the co-director.
John or Tin?
Me. They want to put me as a co-director. May I have to say it's the first time that I attend to the Topiary Social Club, but now I took the role of the co-director for this meeting. And apparently we need to vote if I stay as a co-director or no. Should I be able to vote?
Of course.
Nice. So let's vote. Or maybe you want to ask me questions to be the co-director. I don't know. If I want. I think it's hard to say because sometimes I think I belong to a club and sometimes I think that I don't belong. And I'm asking what's my role between Topiary Balls as a human to be part of the club. If I'm legit to be part or not. And gestionate other members that are most of it Topiary Balls and non-human, like sometimes plastic, sometimes real plants. I don't know if I will have the skills and the time to dedicate to it. But if it happens to be, I'll be happy to do it. Yeah, that's my discourse. Hey. Someone else? If I'm in love with a Topiary Ball, they ask me here. I think this is confidential. I prefer to stay with not answering this question. How happened that I'm in this role today? Because one day I was in a bingo in Amsterdam last year and I saw a bunch of Latino people and there was a person with a face that it was similar, like it was similar to a face in my head. And actually, I remember this person. And it was the director of the Topiary Social Club, Paulina. And I told to her, hey, I know you from like a virtual call in Zoom during COVID. Who are you? I know you, you're Paulina. And then we connected and then she invited me to be part of it. So here I am. And I won the bingo in Amsterdam. Yeah. If I will be committed to the Topiary Social Club if I got the job. I think I'll be glad to participate in other meetings and to gestionate them. I think it will be a pleasure for me, especially if they happen elsewhere in the world, maybe in Guatemala or in the UK. But for the UK, I need a visa, so it's more difficult. But yeah, why not?
So people can vote now, I guess. Huh?
Let's vote. Okay, there's 7 yes, 1 no. 2 no's? Ah, you also know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 no's and 1 abstention. So that means that I am the co-director of the Topiary Social Club.
And John,
Hey, applause. Thank you.
Yeah, I say yes.
Ah, John said yes. Perfect. Nice. I will be committed. And maybe I will diffuse some political ideas inside the club, especially to don't have director, and maybe to change the political situation of the Topiary Social Club. That's it.
Thank you for that. Maybe you can also, because now we are almost in the end of this third board meeting. We have been gathering some voting, lots of doubts. We still don't know what will happen with Guatemala, with the non-director, and now with the new director or co-director. So we have a lot of difficult tasks, but maybe we solve them in the next meeting. And now, Tin, that you have a new role now, you can finish this session.
Nice, thank you. We have a question here. I give you the mic.
So my question is if we can relocate one of the topiary balls because it's actually been a little bit like annoying to me today. So my suggestion that we could vote on is to relocate this one maybe over here. But we have a vote? Can we relocate this topiary ball right here?
Thank you so much. Okay, so we have 6 yes to move the topiary ball from the head of a human, 5 no's, and 0 abstentions. So we can move the topiary ball. Perfect. And I think with that, yeah, applause. And I think with that, we finish the board meeting. No, Paulina?
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for assisting. And
thank you, John.
Thank you, John.
Yeah, thank you. It's been good.
Nice. Yeah.